Welcome to Line War. Today we've got a 2v2 with Alpha Team, who is someone said them nickname sucks, and Alpha, along with Bravo Team, who is Basantos and Snow. Now, Basantos is one of the developers of the game, which most of you know because I say it most of the times we see him playing, along with Infenzia being the other developer, for those who don't know. And looks like Snow's starting here, right in the center of the map pretty much, and Basantos is starting over here, claiming a large landmass area. Their opponents are going to be over in this section. They still haven't quite decided where they're going to start. I guess they're going to be deciding between maybe this location where they can cross over, getting a city. And if they did, they could start here and get a complete trade route going. So they could start like that. And I'm just going to speed it up to see where they decide. It looks like they're doing that plan. They might actually be going for the trade route straight away. They could get an instant trade route, but I don't know if they will, because that will be quite costly and take a while to pay off. But if it does, then that's going to work out really well for Alpha Team. It looks like that's what they're doing. Yeah, they've got a trade route straight up, they've got a navy yard, and we've crossed the water, so they don't need to worry too much about transporting, but they're going to get a boat anyway, so that they can be a bit more versatile. Now, Alpha... Oh no, that's not Alpha, that's nickname over there. Alpha started down in the south. I did expect that to go the other way. But not only is Alpha going for the trade route, but they're focusing pretty much on the city, which is extremely risky now. But if you're in it, you're all in it, I suppose. So they haven't really got any production apart from this navy yard and one factory being built over here, which isn't quite done yet. But as soon as these are done, I assume that Alpha is going to be saving up some economy to get this into a city, and then they'll be able to push back pretty hard if they haven't been taken out by then. Basantos is over here building 2 factories so far. Not too much else. I think they're going for economy as well, so they had to push back a little. And they've pretty much set that up already. They're pretty much going for the city straight away. And Snow is going for production mostly. So they've got 3 barracks and 2 factories, along with a town and 2 industries. But Snow is going to have the largest army for a little while, especially on the ground. But if they can't keep up with the eco, they're going to get pushed back in the late game, as we've said. We can already see that the economy is paying off. Getting some extra production, and they are catching up to the production output. We have some units coming in over through the forests. It's actually really good that they're going for infantry because of all the forest areas. So if they came through the top, you can defend well in the forest. And for the attack over here, there's a good amount of forest there for your infantry to go in. But it looks like Snow also has a lot of infantry here, so it's not really doing too much for either player right now. Just making it pretty even anyway. Down in this section, Alpha has met Snow as well, but Snow is now having to deal with 2 players, while Basantos is holding back, trying to set up some support for his ally. Now that they know where both opponents are, Basantos doesn't have to be cautious anymore. They can just expand as far as they can. I've noticed I haven't got commands on for everyone. Nickname's trying to get into this forest section here to go on a little bit of an attack, noticing a barracks that is a bit exposed here as the infantry deal with the previous infantry down here. This structure was up for grabs. And the infantry are going to push straight through the artillery, jumping on top of this guy here as well. And the units in the north are getting chased off. But these guys are going to try and run away from Snow coming down. Basantos has noticed that Alpha has a navy and is building a defensive line on the coast, just in case, and they're building a sub-pen down here as well, because these things are starved, and it does provide a bit of surprise still. I would probably have gone for a build here, but I can't actually because it's grey, so I get why he's done that. He needs it as soon as possible. But yeah, there's a few battles going on all over the place. Alpha has a battle going on this choke point over here, and is trying to find another way around to attack Basantos while Nickname deals with Snow in the north. He's got some commandos out, so these commandos are just going to try and run around a bit, and they're trying to find a way to harass the enemy right now. They have successfully snuck into the base. There is a small defense force over here, and if Nickname spots this, he could take it out with artillery by building a factory. And that would make the defense pretty useless, but he hasn't actually got any factories yet. And I have noticed that Alpha hasn't actually gone for the city yet either. Neither player has. But the longer this battle goes on, the more it favours Alpha Team, I think, because of the cities. But if we have a look on the bigger picture, it looks like Bravo Team has a lot more landmass. So we'll have to have a look at Nickname first. So Nickname has 2,000 economy saved up. He's got a lot of capital. And he's building a few structures here. That's what he was saving it for. So his economy is at 680. Alpha is at 810. Basantos is at 900. He does have more landmass, and he's also got some economy structures as well, if you remember. And Snow has 651. So what is their city like? So they've got an actual city already built, and I think they've got more landmass. So I think Santos is doing extremely well here, and Snow is doing a very good job at holding off Nickname. But Nickname's finding any opportunity to try and strike at Snow. And bringing these infantry up into this top section, into the forest, gives them an instant bonus to come down and reinforce this area from behind. But at the same time, as Snow focuses more on Nickname having to divert his forces, he is no longer fighting in this section, allowing Alpha to push out and potentially go for Basantos. But the helicopters are coming in to try and take him out. And there are some anti-air, but there's just not enough of them just yet. And I think Alpha really needs to focus on what's going on in the ocean. And I didn't see that structure then, but there is a structure there that's just been destroyed. The submarines are going for the energy well. And I don't think Alpha has another energy well yet. Let's have a look at Alpha. He does have something. Actually, that is not production. That is... There's no green, so he hasn't got any production. He's just got storage now. Which is going to keep him running for a little bit, just not long enough. Missile ships find a helicopter on the ground and do manage to take it out, but they are also being hit by an artillery piece. There is a silo here as well, which could be attacked from the ocean over here, but obviously it is defended. I still think it is a bit too close. But he's trying to make sure he can support his ally as well, I think. So Alpha also has a silo being built at the same time. Don't think Nickname has one. I think he's just focused on building up their forces. And they're also sending energy to Alpha. So Snow is doing a good job now. They've got a situation up here with the artillery. Even though Nickname was able to hold off this section, Snow has got quite a good curve here, but Nickname is changing that up to be straight on top of these units here. Snow's already corrected that. He's got a line here ready to try and just focus down any reinforcements to come this way. But it isn't quite set up yet. Down in this section, Alpha pretty much is just focused on Basantos. And Basantos' rocket is done first, or at least the pad for it. And he is constructing a rocket now. So if he spots this, he could take out the rocket before it becomes a threat with his own rocket. Alpha opting for an interceptor here is actually doing really well until it goes down. But it's taken out quite a few of the air units in the area as well. The navy of Alpha has thinned out quite a lot as it attacks the coast here. And I don't think he's managed to come back yet. He's got some good units here. He's focused on destroyers, so they know what they're doing. They saw the submarines take out their energy well, and they've made destroyers because they are the best to counter submarines. The cruisers are coming in to try and support their forces on the ground. At the same time, Snow is overwhelming Nickname a little bit in the foresty areas over here. And the reinforcements for these infantry have gone north, and there's another rocket silo. He was building one, I just didn't see it. So Nickname is waiting until he's got the money for this rocket, which he's building up slowly over time. Although it says it's in the negatives, the thing about the rocket is it's still trying to count that as a cost when it's not built yet. But Santos has fired his rocket straight into the army over here, which is going to give Santos some leeway as his units can push down through this section, and he's hopefully going to be able to take this out from his perspective. And unfortunately for Nickname, he is losing ground over here. The helicopters are coming in to try and take this out, and there is practically no anti-air here from Snow. So this artillery force is going to get absolutely shredded, giving Nickname the opportunity to push back. And he also has his rocket up here, which is kind of nicely hidden away. Alpha's rocket is ready as well, and is going to be under threat very soon if he doesn't use it. And someone's building a rocket silo here. I'm not sure who it is. I think it's Snow, but it could be Basantos just like on the edge of this border. And the rocket has fired, but there's an interceptor in the way. It does go down, as it was a very short flight. And it doesn't take out the rocket silo, but it does damage it. It took out some of the army here, and unfortunately can't take out these units here. Nickname's rocket is still being built. They're building up some infantry forces here, mostly to defend this area, I think. And Snow is just feeding units into that section once again. There's a few tanks over here, and I think they're going to focus on this town. As some helicopters rush into this area, there's absolutely no anti-air once again, which is giving these helicopters there's a missile ship, but it is giving the helicopters a few free hits. Nickname's helis come up to this location, just ready for this rocket to launch, and then they can go in and finish off whatever it doesn't. And he's also got some sneaky tactics going on over here. He's going to try and get into Snow's base from really far into the back. They've got a trade route set up here, so I think that's his main objective, is to kill that trade route. And the rocket comes down in the forest, potentially taking out quite a few forces there, but I'm not sure how many it took out. However, this is Nickname's chance to push back. He's leaving up his defensive lines there by taking off all units from them, which will leave them in place, and his units will still move forward. Just means you don't have to rebuild them again. But I am really surprised that Alpha was able to hold this location while saving this rocket. I knew that he could hold it, but I didn't think he'd be able to save the rocket as well. And he can fire it once again. And Basantos lost his rocket. I didn't see how that went down, but I'm assuming by air. Over in the northern section here, Snow has been taken out by the pressure from someone said that my nickname sucks, and Basantos still has another rocket on the way, but unfortunately they couldn't keep up, which I thought was surprising because I thought that Yellow Team was doing really well on eco at one point. However, it looks like Alpha Team was just able to take those better trades throughout the game. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you thought about that. And there are 2 videos on screen right now. Feel free to click on one and I'll see you there.